Alright guys, so what is going down? Here in the gym tonight, and I want to show you guys what I'm kind of currently doing to grow my chest at the moment. I've been getting a lot of compliments, I've been seeing it a lot myself. The growth in my chest has been unreal these last few months. So basically, first of all, I just want to address that a few months back, I actually mentioned this in my last vlog. If you want to grow something, you need to make sure that everything around what you're trying to grow, so let's say your chest, you need to make sure your shoulder joints are good, flexible, loose. You need to make sure that your back is firing. You need to make sure that everything is on around the muscle that you're trying to train. So if I'm trying to get my chest bigger, if I just train chest, everything is gonna get imbalanced. My shoulder joints are gonna roll forward, they're gonna internally rotate. You're gonna end up like this. You'll find that you've got imbalances in your physique, chances are. No matter who you are, no matter how you train, you'll probably have some things which are stronger than others. It means that you're gonna have trouble getting my muscle in some areas. It means that you're gonna feel tight in some areas. So if you have this kind of stuff, it's stuff that you really need to address. And for me last year, that was my chest and my shoulders rotating internally. So like I said in the last video, I actually took some time off training my chest, hitting it once every 8 to 10 days, around 8 days, but I was training back, underhand grip, behind head stuff, twice a week for about 6 weeks over the period of December, and just completely kind of restructured my upper body. Because I found one big problem for me, when I hit my go-to pose, when I'm doing all my posing for my comp preps and all that kind of stuff, when I was doing that last year, I am literally getting a twist from this shoulder and popping it forward and getting in the spot, twisting this round, and that was actually causing me huge issues, and it meant that my trap got so tight from always being in this position. My shoulder was always rolled forward. I was struggling to get mind muscle on my pec, even though I'd lock my shoulder blades back every time I trained my chest. I had this massive imbalance in my physique, so I had to fix that. So now as well, I hit my pose from the other side. I pull my shoulder back. I'm always, any chance I get, trying to open things up. So that's definitely something to keep note of if you're training yourself and you're struggling with niggles or you can't get my muscle. Maybe go see someone who knows what they're talking about and kind of get that stuff sorted out. So here we are tonight, gonna hit some chest. I'll show you guys what I'm currently doing. I'm actually hitting chest 3 times a week at the moment, and I'm gonna be doing this for the next month. I like to structure my training monthly, so I'll kind of switch things up each month. Just like my master trainer, I built that monthly workout, so things change each month. I find every 4 weeks, hitting something half of 4 weeks is really good before, you can start to see great benefit from that, and then, go off in different directions, add to it, change it, do what you want. So for me, this month, these next 4 weeks, chest 3 times a week, back twice a week, underhand grip stuff to offset any internal rotation which might be coming on because of that, and a lot of external rotation exercises through my shoulders on those days as well. So I'm keeping it pretty simple. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm hitting chest, so 3 times a week. Today is Wednesday when I'm filming this. This is my strength day, so I'm actually hitting bench press and I'm hitting strength sets. So I'm doing 5 times 5 strength sets on the bench press. I'm working around that with some pump stuff and really just trying to build mass in my chest, the hypertrophy kind of training. So starting off my workout with some cables, I'll come in, and first exercise I'm doing once I'm warmed up, I've actually already warmed up. I'm just doing cable flies really slow, just getting as much blood flow as I can into my chest. Getting that mind muscle as well, right from the start of my workout. What I like to do as well, bring the handles around and under for a couple of reps. So I'm gonna do 4 sets on this, and then I'm gonna move over into my bench press for the strength sets. Also, what I'm aiming to do in between sets on this, I'm doing a standing twist lat pull back with this cable, and I'm just trying to open up, going underhand out here, trying to open up my shoulder at this point, and just repping out, just so I feel really warm throughout my joints. So this Wednesday, so this the second chest session, which I'm hitting each week, is not as much about the pump. My main focus tonight is just really getting these strength sets performed well. But then afterwards, I already have a pretty awesome pump from doing these flies. And I'm making sure as well, so not only am I doing strength sets on the bench press, I've done this a lot in the past, but I've always just tried to get that weight however I can. I really focus on having my shoulders pull back and just using my chest and actually, you know, focusing some good squeeze. So once we've done these, gonna come over to the bench press. I'm gonna do my strength sets now. So when I'm doing my bench, I like to warm up with just the bar, and I'll kind of rep out 20 to 30 reps. I always make sure I over warm up on any exercises which are especially compounds, anything like squats, bench press, deadlift. I'll overly warm up, so I'll do more sets at lower weights until I'm really just feeling ready to get into the heavy stuff. So I'll treat this bar, like a lot of people won't even do the bar, they'll just put a 20 on straight away or something. Not me, I'll always make sure that I'm doing just the bar and just feeling where it needs to be felt throughout my chest, and then getting explosive with it. Some setting and just getting my shoulders right back, chest out. So I'm feeling good. I feel usually pretty good from doing the flies beforehand. Along with that back stuff, I just feel like I'm just primed to just start pressing. So my calories at the moment, I'm not in a big surplus, I'm not in a deficit, I'm just kind of eating around my maintenance and getting enough in for good recovery so that I can get stronger and build muscle and just fill out more, but I'm not putting on the body fat to go with it. These last few months, it's been a slow process of gaining, but I'm definitely starting to see the difference. It's just kind of taken a little while, but I'm feeling really just prime at the moment. Amazing energy, amazing, you know, strength comparatively to my weight. The second warm-up set, just gonna hit 20 reps on the 60 kgs. I always, as the benchmark, hit 20 reps on that second warm-up set. If I am struggling to get the 20, I don't care, I make sure I get 20. I always have to get 20. Some days the 20 feels great. I'm like, yeah, I could do like 30, 35 of these. Other days I'm like, you know, it doesn't feel as great. So I'm just trying to really just pump these out. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day at the office. I can always tell from how easy I can do that. Normally I'll bump it up now, just the 10 on each side, do my 80 kgs. Usually I'll go for about 8 to 12 reps on that. So as well as I'm, you know, normally when you do strength training, you actually just work up. I'd probably do a set at 80 for 3 reps, maybe 5 reps, but I'm trying to grow my chest as well, so I'm not like hardcore strength training. So I'm always kind of prioritizing building that mass more so than the strength, but it's like these 5 sets each week on the bench. These 5 sets of 5 is where I get to really just let it out and just go for it, you know? The rest of the time, it's real mind muscle kind of stuff. I'm just gonna go for about 8 reps on this now. I still am kind of considering this a warm-up weight because I think today I'll either be doing 95 kgs or 100 kgs for my 5 sets of 5. So this is still, you know, we're still pyramiding up slowly, getting to that weight. If I went just 95 now, I just wouldn't feel warm. It just wouldn't feel right. It's something I could do, but you'll find if you go into a heavy weight and your big compound lifts too quickly, you start compensating with other muscles that aren't the main muscle which you want to be, you know, using for the movement. You just need to be really aware of that. So I'm always, like I said, I'm always over warming up. I'm going to do the first set at 95 kgs and then I'll see if maybe I'm feeling like 100. So you got 95 here. I'm going to treat this like it's 150 kgs mentally in my mind. I'm trying to be as explosive as I can and prepare for how heavy that weight is, and prepare mentally. When I think this is 150, 200 kgs, there's no way this thing's going to feel heavy. When you kind of come in and think, oh yeah, this is just the weight I normally do, sometimes it can catch you off guard and it can mentally fuck you up. I always like to think, okay, this is heavier than it actually is, and I'm going to lift it as fast as I can. So I'm really concentrating on just going as explosive and getting that bar up as fast as I can. Blocking my shoulder blades back. I might, because I'm doing 5 sets, I might stay on this weight quite a lot of the time. Instead of going heavier and doing the reps slower or struggling on that 4th or 5th, we've got 5 sets of this. So I'll make sure it's a weight that I can actually handle like this and get as explosive as I can through that movement, get that weight up as fast as I can. For these strength sets, I actually hit 1:30 rests. So normally when you're doing strength training, kind of like, you know, explosive powerlifting stuff, your rest time is at least 3 minutes, sometimes around 4. Personally, I don't do that because I'm trying to keep as much pump on my chest still as I can. So it's almost like hybrid kind of strength training, not like really strict strength training. Like I said, guys, my main focus is just growing this chest. So it's gonna mean that I get less weight on the sets as well, but it's okay, it's not the end of the world. So last set now, feeling like I've actually got a bit left in the tank, I think. So I'm gonna try on the last set to kind of give it everything and hit 100 for my 5. So go up another 5 kgs basically. This reminds me of a story, guys. When I was younger and I worked up my 1 rep max on the bench, I worked it up from 85 kgs to 110 kgs over the course of 3 months. I went through a really bad breakup. I was mental in my head. I was just thinking of my ex-girlfriend with her new boyfriend who she had moved on real quick with. This was when I was like 19 or some shit. And mentally I just had all this hate under me every time I went into the bench press, and I got so strong, it was crazy. So I'm definitely not advising that. It's way nicer when you can be positive about your lifts and come in the gym and enjoy it. But if you do have negative energy, just know, man, energy is energy. Positive or negative, you can use that shit to your advantage. Try not to cultivate it, try not to do things from a place of that, but if that energy's there, man, sometimes you gotta tap into it. I don't think it's worth it. Going for another one might get crushed under there, but that is my 5 sets of 5 done. Last one was 4. Usually as well what I'll do a bit of a drop set. So I'll take that weight down to the 20 on each side, and I'm just gonna rep out solid reps at 60. Might go for 12 to 15 good reps. We'll see how I feel. Really just isolating my chest on this one. Shoulders back, lower back sucked in, core tensed. Straight over now, I'm gonna set up a flat bench. I'm gonna do 4 to 5 sets now of dumbbell chest pullovers across the bench. So this is something I'm doing on every session of my 3 days, which I'm coming in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hitting my chest. And this is an exercise you really want to start light on if you have not done it before. The main thing for this exercise can be treated to target your chest or your lats and serratus, depending on where you're hitting it. Actually, your serratus will be the muscles, kind of the intercostals there underneath the chest. They'll be engaged anyway, but if you're not careful, you can have no tension on your chest and only be hitting your lats. So this takes a lot of my muscle concentration. So you want to be lying either head fully off the bench. I like to keep my neck there, and I'm going to drop my hips down, as you can see. Arms straight, and I'm just lowering that dumbbell back to about here, and then bringing it up. And I've got that almost diamond press at the top, and I'm just the whole time focusing on stretching my chest out, and right through when that dumbbell starts to come above my head, I'm squeezing with my upper chest. This is my favorite exercise at the moment, guys. Brought a lot of mass into my upper chest lately. It's definitely something that was underutilized for me, and it's amazing when you can find new exercises so much out of them. So I'm going for about 12 to 15 reps on this. The main thing, guys, this is the biggest mistake I see when people are doing this and they're holding that dumbbell up there. They're either just going too far down with the dumbbell and just getting too much stretch through the lats. If you're trying to target your lats, okay, that's fine. But if you're using this as an upper chest exercise, you want to limit your range of motion out the back. Another big thing, keeping your hips dropped down. As soon as those hips go up, you start to lose tension on your chest. So it's going to be easier for you to get the weight up. You're going to lose that tension, it's going to defeat the purpose of the movement. So it's the main thing to watch for on this. dumbbell and I'm doing weighted dips. So this is an exercise which I actually really neglected and didn't do much of at all in any of my training, and ever since doing this the last week, I've been kicking myself, man. So I do them weighted as well. I find when I just do body weight dips, I don't really kind of feel as much as I'd like throughout my chest. So what we're gonna be doing the wide grip on this, gonna be jumping up into here and going for about 8 to 10 reps, just leaning forward. Same thing, like with any exercise, you can almost target 2 muscles. For dips, you could do closed hands, you could lean back. It's gonna hit your triceps a lot more, the side, like the short head of your tricep, this horseshoe. If you're going wide with those grips and you're leaning forwards, it's gonna be all throughout your chest, all throughout your outer pectoral as well, so. So again, with everything just resting up about 1.5 minutes in between my sets. And I'm gonna do 3 to 4 sets on that. I'll say as well, guys, sometimes I actually do bring the handles in closer together. As long as you're leaning forwards, you're going to be hitting that chest. You'll know if you're hitting too much tricep or if you're getting your chest good. Sometimes, like this machine here, it's a little bit too wide to the point it kind of, I feel like it jeopardizes my shoulders a bit. So I'm going to bring it in and just make sure I'm leaning forward, hitting that chest. Dips, I'll come over for a final 3 sets, just on the cables again. Before, on my first pre-exhaustion sets, I was leaning forward. This time, just a different variety. And I'm just gonna be standing closer to the machine, arms a lot more bent, and just bringing my hands together at the bottom of the rep. And as you saw as well, after I've done about 8 to 10, I start to lean forward and just try to get as much tension throughout like parts of my chest as possible to just finish it off. I'm hitting this 3 times a week. I'll actually put in the description box the full workout. On the 2 days, the Monday and the Friday, when I'm not doing the strength sets, I'll usually be doing more hypertrophy sets of dumbbells, either flat bench or incline. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing for this next month. So just real quick, a bit of a physique check, kind of see where everything's at. It kind of actually helps me as well to see kind of where I'm at. I'm just so happy with my chest and how much I've brought it up recently. So currently sitting at about 78 kgs, I think, morning weight. Could be heavier now actually, but like I was saying, with my calories, I've just been hitting around that maintenance and not in a big surplus. So I'm just slowly putting on mass and staying lean, and that is kind of a good spot to be in. Guys, comment below actually, do you reckon I should do classic physique? I was thinking of either doing men's physique this year or classic physique, but I don't know, just something I've been thinking about. So need to practice on my bodybuilding poses, but hit a bit of a side chest. How's that look? Fuck, feeling a bit awkward with this side. So yeah, that's kind of how the physique is currently looking. Comment below, guys. What do you reckon should I do? Men's physique, classic physique, maybe hit the WBFF again, we'll see how we go.